So I've been collecting video games for a while now, and one thing that really interests me about it is artwork, specifically reversible cover art. Now, reversible cover art is usually the artwork that they print on the back of the actual artwork. You usually see it when you open up the case. You can see here, this is just totally blank. They didn't do anything in here. This just has warranty, technical support info, nothing too crazy, nothing important, and not what I'm here to discuss. But that's kind of the basic that most games come with. And what I'm also not here to discuss is this type of reversible artwork. Now you can see there is artwork here printed on the back of the regular one. It looks really nice, you know, fancy, beautiful. I do like this, but the reason this is not what I'm here to discuss is you'll notice if you were to take this artwork and, you know, reverse it, put it back in the case, you'd have no labeling on the front or on the spine of what game this was. So if you're alphabetizing your games and you had this on the shelf like that, well, you wouldn't know what it was. So while I think this is awesome and I love that games do this, especially now that manuals aren't around, it's not what I'm here to discuss. What I'm here to discuss is stuff like this. So, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This is the reverse art. Now, looking on the inside, this is the regular artwork. You know, it has your PS4 banner at the top, you know, your Ubisoft logo, your rating, all that jazz. But it has this reversible artwork, which looks nice. And what makes it extra nice is, look at that. The spine tells you exactly what game this is. So essentially, what we have here is one continuous piece of art, and that is what I really like. You know, no unnecessary labeling, no, 10 out of 10 from IGN. None of that crap. It's just a nice piece of art. You got your labeling here, and so this way, I know a lot of people are very anal about their game collections. You know, they like that consistency. You know, you like to see all your PS4 games looking like this on your shelf. That's cool, but I want to watch the world burn, and I don't really care about consistency, so I actually have this on my shelf just like this. You know, I have games like this sitting next to games like this because I'm a madman. But I really like that. It gives you another option, and also I found out, I didn't realize this at first, this is actually like, so on this version of the cover art, this is actually a woman on this side. The main primary one that it comes with is a man, so a little bit of inclusivity. It's always nice to see. And yeah, I think this is actually a really amazing cover art. I'm not too into the Assassin's Creed games, but when I found out that this game had this reversible cover art, that made me actually want to play it. I got this from a garage sale for literally $1, so I wouldn't normally have bought this, but seeing this and knowing that, it has this nice artwork, this actually makes me want to play it. So, that's good. So, good job, Ubisoft. But, on a whole nother note, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, initially, these might look, pretty similar idea, right? You got your female protagonist, the reverse, the regular cover comes with the male protagonist, so inclusivity, +1 for that. But see, where they goofed is, well, let's take a sec and look at the spine. All right, so +1 for having the title displayed on the spine, -1 for, this is not continuous artwork. This is just a black background with the text on it. Why? I would have preferred if they took this and they extended the artwork all the way around, like they did here. Look at that. Look at that. And, it goes even further. Let's check out the back. What the hell is this? This is just, to me, let's look at it all. Here's your whole spread here. Now this, to me, is way less fun than this. This is one just nice, high quality piece of artwork. I could see someone having like a poster of this, on their wall or something in their game room. This looks nice. This, not quite. This is not one piece of art. This is actually just several pieces of art. I feel like you could have, shift, maybe get rid of this bottom little picture, shift this up a little bit, and you could have just really put all this bullshit information on the back of this. Just like you normally do. You might as well have, because you didn't really preserve the integrity of the artwork by, having a nice full spread. This is just a couple screenshots and a couple pieces of art, and it feels lazy. It feels messy. It doesn't feel as artsy fartsy as the other one. So I don't like this, but I still, it hurts my feelings also that, I have both these games on the shelves next to each other, a couple of my only Assassin's Creed games, and they look like this. If this artwork had carried over, I think they would look much nicer next to each other. So yeah, I'm probably gonna play this game. Lord knows if I'm ever gonna touch this game, and that's all off the strength of just this reversible cover art. Obviously, this is still nice, It's better than nothing, but on the other hand, I almost would have preferred if they just did the Horizon Zero Dawn thing of just a nice piece of art on the inside with no text at all. That's preferable. That's what I like. I like the art. So yeah, you win some, you lose some. Moving forward, check out God of War on PS4. Now you'll notice I got this in the red case because this is a player's choice, the discounted ones. A lot of people are not a fan of them, player choice, myself included, because they come with this ugly red case. And it sticks out like a sore thumb, with all your other games. And I know I was just talking about how I don't care about consistency, but the red, next to the blue, it's just, it's not it. But with God of War, when I got this, I got it for GameStop. They're doing that 4 for $20, so essentially $5 for a game I didn't have in the collection. So why not? All they had was greatest hits, so I was like, well, not that big of a deal. So, but when I opened it up and I saw the reverse artwork when this was on the inside, I was like, oh snap! Let's see how this looks. And as you'll see, we got the labeling on the spine, so I can have it sitting on my shelf and know exactly what it is. And yeah, and what I really like about this actually is I feel like the red greatest hits case actually goes really well with this because it matches the red God of War little logo there and here. So I really like this, and I actually feel like this salvages, the greatest hits case. It actually looks nice like this. Maybe it would look better with the blue, maybe not, but I'm actually totally cool with having this in my collection, just sitting on the shelf like this with the red case. That synergy, right? So that's pretty awesome. Normally, players hits, or PlayStation hits, I guess that's what they're calling it. They're like this, except, this should have the red case. I switched out the case for this copy of Yakuza 0. It was the red one, and you'll see why in a sec. But, I don't like these because of the big red banner on the front. That's kind of annoying. But I would let that slide, but they also have the spines just being red. It's not normally red on the normal edition of the game. At least I don't think it is. Maybe it is, and I'm just a fool. But, I only have these two greatest hits games, so what do I know? But yeah, I really don't like how they did that to the spine. To me, that's ugly. And, this, having your nice cover art spread, way nicer. And just to show you, yeah, the normal spine for this game is just red, with the PlayStation hits on here. So reversing that and just having this, I think that looks way nicer. So that's awesome. And keeping up with that greatest hits cases actually being useful, check out this bad boy. So this is the Evil Within. So I mentioned earlier how I had switched out the cases for my Yakuza PlayStation hits copy. How I switched out the case, and I actually switched it with the case for the Evil Within. This initially had the blue, this initially had the red. I did a little bit of a swap after I saw how nice the God of War case looked with the greatest hits case. So after seeing this nice mainly red artwork on the reverse, I thought maybe that might look nicer with the red outline as opposed to the blue outline that it initially had. So I switched them out, and I gotta say, I really do prefer how this art looks with the red case. I think it looks really nice. The red complements the red. Who would have thought? Red and black, nice color combinations, and yeah, I really think this looks nice. I never really I think it's a great, a vast improvement over the initial Evil Within cover art. I never liked this one with the screaming guy just staring up. Felt very, I don't know, edgy. Wasn't really a fan. It reminded me, it felt like a scene from like a Korn music video. Shout outs to Korn, but yeah, wasn't my vibe. But I much prefer this reversible cover art. You see the spine, got the text on it. Absolutely necessary if you're a madman like me who actually has these lined up. But yeah, good stuff, and it really allowed me to take advantage of these greatest hits cases, and just fit them into my library a little bit better. I think this looks really nice. Red on red, good stuff. God of War, also in the red case. Making these undesirable cases a little bit more attractive. So now moving on from PlayStation games to Switch, I don't have a lot of Switch reversible cover art. Switch games generally come in packaging like this. You got your red Switch spine. All Switch games have this same, type of format. And on the inside, generally you get nice, generally get nice works of art. Not always. Nintendo primarily does a lot of these, and their artworks are very nice. I really like how the Switch cases are translucent, clear, as opposed to like a PlayStation 2, or excuse me, the PlayStation 4 cases and 5 cases that are the translucent blue. I like these clear ones better because I think they show off the artwork much, much nicer. The colors aren't like, washed out by like the blue or anything. It's clear, so you can really just appreciate that artwork more. But you'll see there's no text on here for the title of the game. There's no spine labeling, so it wouldn't really make sense to, reverse this cover art and, put it on the side because you wouldn't know what it was. But, nice artwork there. Here's another, simple Switch case. Nothing special here, but, you can really see they did put some nice artwork in here. But once again, like I mentioned, no spine, logo, no title. Just nice artwork, which is cool. But you already know I'm looking for the stuff that's gonna look nice on the shelf sideways, at least nice by my definition. And that's where Sayonara Wild Hearts comes in. This is actually the first Switch game that I got that had a reversible cover, and in some ways might have actually inspired me to start really looking at these reversible covers and start putting them on my shelf. This game actually came with this nice little patch if you wanted to to iron it onto your jean jacket or what have you. So that's awesome. It's always nice to see little extra bonuses coming in, especially with these Switch games with this tiny little, like you can only fit like a tiny booklet here, like Game Boy Advance sized. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they don't just have that over here, but whatever. So this reversible cover art is mainly white. So obviously, this sticks out like a sore thumb amongst all of my other Switch games. Especially so when I have very few Switch games that do the reversible cover art. I actually only have 2, but I've committed to the reversible cover art lifestyle, and I'm gonna stick to it. So yeah, you got your nice text on the side, Sayonara Wild Hearts, got a little heart at the bottom. The back has some text, there you have it. Overall, I think this is very nice, and yeah, kind of like I said, it sparked my initial interest in these reversible cover arts. So good stuff there. Now, one of my absolute favorite, no, like not one of, but my absolute favorite reversible Switch cover as of now is actually this. This is Sonic Mania Plus. This looks awesome. You can see obviously they're going for that Genesis box art template, or the later Genesis box art template when they started using the red cases. I've never owned a Genesis game. I've seen the cases at stores. I think they're really cool. The big, clamshell design. They're awesome. I just haven't gotten into, collecting in that avenue. Not yet, picking my battles. But yeah, this looks awesome. I actually saw this at GameStop on the shelf displayed just like this. Now I'm used to primarily seeing the Sonic Mania, the normal Sonic Mania cover art, which is this. So when I saw this on the shelf, I was like, is this a new game? What is this? And I realized, this is a reversed art that they're displaying. And I was like, wow, that looks awesome. So I had to snag it. I love this old school Sonic art. It reminds me a lot of those Sonic screensavers that they had in like the Sonic Gems collection. They had a bunch of those images. And, those always made me feel good. Good, cozy images. But yeah, and my favorite part about this case actually is the spine. Look at that. Now this, you know, you got the game's title, right? Sonic Mania plus the logo, Sega at the top, whatever. And then your big Genesis logo at the bottom. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I think this is a much better spine format than the entire Switch library. If this was not a Switch, but a Genesis, and all games came in this style of packaging, this would be a huge improvement, at least in my opinion, over the normal Switch library. I think this looks way better. You know, you'd have the big Genesis logo here. Instead of the, you know, the stock font that most games use, you'd have like a logo type of thing. And yeah, I think that looks way nicer. So yeah, it continues on with this format to the back, you know. Blast processing, gotta love it. I actually I keep this now. I just talked about how much I love the spine, but I actually keep this on my shelf, you know, sitting like this, at least for the moment. So I'm not really displaying the spine, I'm displaying the front artwork, but I think the front artwork looks awesome too, so I ain't complaining. And yeah, I really love this. I wish more games had this Genesis style artwork like Sega. Everything you publish on Switch, just have one of these on the inside, just to flex on them, because this looks immaculate. So yeah, these are actually my only 2 Switch games with reversible cover art, but I'm really fond of both of them. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for you guys. Reversible cover art, good stuff.